Hello everyone, my name is Miriam Coffey. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And today I'm going to talk to you about some of my favorite accessories, which is the AcuFeed Flex system, but specifically about their interchangeable plates. So what makes the AcuFeed Flex system so special is I have the ability to control the top feed dog. On a traditional walking foot, my needle's going at the same speed, my top feed dogs are going at the same speed as my needle. So I have no control of it going faster or slower. So let's say I am working on like a velvet and like a silk chiffon and I'm getting a little bit of puckering. With my AcuFeed Flex system, I have the ability to control that to either eliminate the puckering or even create more puckering to have like a bit of a ruffle. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the feet, and I'm going to show you what they can be used for. So come on down here. So this is your AD foot. This is your standard AcuFeed Flex system. It's going to have your top feed dogs here, which is these guys right here. This is the plate that's interchangeable. To change my plate out, all I have to do is hold onto the ankle, grab the plate, and pull forward. Now there are two little prongs on either side of the plate, and then there are slits on either side of the ankle. And all I have to do is insert the prongs into the slits, and now I've attached or changed my plate for my AcuFeed. So the AD foot is your standard foot. This is the foot that's going to come with the machine. This is what you're going to be doing general quilting with, straight line quilting, or even serpentine or any decorative stitching, because it has that large opening. So I can do a full 9mm stitching with this. Next we have the OD foot. The OD foot is one of my favorite because I love to piece, and I piece a lot of my projects, either quilt piecing or just general construction, with this foot because I can move my needle anywhere within 4.5 to 9. So I have the ability to have a perfectly straight line anywhere within that range because it has the guide here right on the side. So when I butt my fabric right up against that guide, I know it's going to give me a perfectly straight line. So not only do I piece my piecing, like my piece projects, I also attach my quilt binding with this because my guide's going to keep me nice and straight, and we want to be having that extra feed because we're going through the 3 layers of fabric and then the 2 layers of binding. So we want that extra help on top of our foot. So having that guide right there is going to give me a perfect straight 1/4 inch for my binding. And then I would just flip that over and stitch in the ditch. Next we have our SD foot, which is your stitch in the ditch foot. I love this foot because it is really multi-purpose and very versatile. So not only can I stitch in the ditch right along here, I take that little flange, which is in the center, just like the other flange, but this one's in the center. So this is my guide. When I place my guide right in the center of my seam, it's going to sort of nest and sort of open up those seams so that when I put my stitch in, it's going to sort of just perfectly nest within that seam. So now I actually did a triple stitch in this particular sample because sometimes I like to add decorative stitches to my projects because it adds a little bit of extra pop or a little bit more interest. So I added my triple stitch here. I also moved my needle over to one side all the way to the 9 position, which is right over here, and then I was able to do an echo stitching right along the edge. So I echo stitched on either side of the ditch right here to get a perfect echo on either side. So not only can this be used for stitching in the ditch, but you can also use it for echo stitching or even edge stitching. So I stitched in the ditch over here on my binding. So I attached my binding with my 1/4 inch, and then I flipped it over, glue basted it, and then stitched in the ditch, kept my needle at 4.5, and then just sewed all along my binding, and it gave me a perfect top stitching. So if you can see here, I can actually pull back my seam here, and you can kind of see the stitch in the ditch, but you can see that it's nested perfectly in there, and unless I flip my binding over to see the stitching, you wouldn't even know that it was stitched in the ditch. So not only can you use the ditch to do straight stitching, these are some decorative stitching that I've done. So this is, I moved my SD foot into the center of my seam and actually did a satin stitch all along all of the seams to cover up that seam, just to add a little bit of extra detail and a little pop of color. And then I moved my needle over to either side, changed my stitch, made any adjustments that I wanted to make, and then just stitched right along that edge of the satin stitch using my ditch as my guide. So I didn't have to worry about eyeballing it or anything. The foot did all of the extra work for me. I also use this foot for hems or anything that I need an edge stitch for. So I created my hem here, moved my foot so it was right along the ditch here or on that fold line, and then moved my needle over so it was just grabbing a few threads, and now I have a perfectly straight hem. You can do the same thing on strapping. Move the needle to whatever position you want it to do, and then just sew all the way along this edging. And you're going to get a perfect straight line. Next we have the the UD foot, and this is our open toe foot. This is a foot that's great for anything that you need a little bit extra visibility. So on this particular project, when I was doing the stitching with the little X's on it, I really didn't want anything in the front of my foot to visually distract me, and I wanted to make sure when my needle dropped into my fabric that it was going to drop exactly on the edge of this stripe. And by having this completely open, I knew my needle was going to fall exactly where I wanted it to fall with very little effort. Next we have the STD foot. This foot is your straight stitch foot. This can be used for quilting, for anytime you have a mark on your fabric, like say you've marked out your quilting lines, and this is going to be a really great foot for that, because when I have my marking right along here, I can just follow it through this opening and know I'm going to have a straight line. Same sort of thing on this stripe here. When I have my needle down in this position right here, and I just sew straight along that stripe, I know I'm going to get a perfect straight line with my fabric with very little effort. Next we have our VD foot, and our VD foot is actually on the base of the dual feed single. This is the same system as our standard larger one, but it's on a smaller, more compact footprint on it. And the VD foot is the one that it comes with, which is this guy right here. It has a larger opening, so I can do decorative stitching on it, I can do straight stitching on it, I can do really anything that I want. And when when my needle is in the center position and I line my fabric right up against that right hand side, it's going to give me a perfect 1/4 inch. So I can use this for piecing as well as attaching your quilt bindings. And because there's not a guide on the edge, a lot of you don't like guides when you're sewing on bindings or even on piecing. They like a guideless option. If you like guideless options, this is a fantastic foot for you, because you'll be able to do your bindings or your 1/4 inch piecing with it. I also do a lot of bag construction, and this is a really great foot for bag construction or any sort of anything with a fair amount of layers that you want that little extra feed on it. And it only has one feed dog right up here, so it's got a nice large feed dog instead of the 2 on either side here, or actually the 3 on this one. This is going to give you that large center one, and just to pull along your fabric there. Next we have the ED foot, and this is a really great foot because you can use it for a variety of different things. So I can keep my needle in that center position right there for when I'm attaching zippers, or I can move my needle on either side also to attach zippers, or even to attach piping or piping or pom-poms. So when I attach this zipper, if I had moved my needle all the way over to the right hand side and sort of butted this up right against the zipper teeth, I would have covered all of my really cute polka dot zipper teeth, and I didn't want to do that because I paid extra for this fancy zipper. So I wanted to move my foot over, and by using it, butting it up right against the side, I actually was able to use the opposite side of the foot to attach, but also lean against the zipper teeth to make sure that I was giving a perfect straight line. I can also use the center hole too. If I wanted to get even closer, I could have done that if I wanted to expose just a little bit more. But let me show you how to do this with your pom-poms. I love adding piping to my pillows or pom-poms to my pillows, or even to my bags. I think it adds a really nice pop of color and a little bit of extra interest. Snug piping on here, and imagine if this was a quilted front and a quilted back, I would have a lot of layers. And if I used your traditional piping foot, it would not have a large enough hump here to go through all the layers, and it wouldn't be able to get quite as snug as I can with this ED foot. And when I move my needle all the way over to that right hand position, so my needle would be right here, and I can just move, I can just move this foot along where my needle will be right here and get a nice snug fit up against my piping. And then I flip it over and I've got this really pretty snug piping right here. You can do the exact same thing with pom-poms. Add those to your pillows or any sort of other decorative item. Same thing here, flip it over, sew along the inside edge with your needle right up against that pom-pom, flip it over, and you've got this really nice, cute, snug pom-pom that still has the scallops right above those. Last but not least is our HP 2 foot. Many of you guys know how exciting the HP foot is. Now we've come out with the AcuFeed Flex version of it. So it's going to have the same markings as your traditional HP foot, and this is also going to work with the HP plate as well. So this first marking right here, this is your needle position. A 1/4 inch above this is the second marking. So if I'm working on a project that I need to stop a 1/4 inch from the edge of the fabric, or I need to pivot a 1/4 inch from the edge of the fabric, just sew to this first marking and then pivot or cut your fabrics or cut your threads, whatever you need to do. That way you don't have to mark all those unnecessarily markings on all of your projects. So just sew to that line and it's going to give you a perfect 1/4 inch there. And again, when my needle's in the center position, it is a 1/4 inch from the edge of that foot. So you could also do your bindings with this as well as just regular piecing or bag construction. Now, many of our machines have the AcuFeed Flex system, including the new M7, which I've got right over here when I made all these samples for. I have had tons of fun playing with this foot, playing with that machine. I have put it through the test and gotten some really good results on it. So I want you guys to check out the new M7. Call your local dealer, see how you can get your hands on a M7 or any other machine that has the AcuFeed Flex system. Many of our dealers are doing curbside pickup or even home delivery, so you don't have to leave the comfort of your own home or the comfort of your own car. And with them home delivery, it's even faster than Amazon. So that is always a plus. And don't forget, right now we have our spring Black Friday special. So again, talk to your dealer, see how you can get your hands on a machine. And thank you guys so much for joining me. Remember, we have these videos every Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Again, my name is Miriam Coffey. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and stay safe and happy sewing.